Hey guys, welcome to the Alliance Tournament. This is the start of day 4. I'm CCP Rise. I'm here with Bacchanalian, and if you're having audio stuff, sorry about that. We will work on it. We of course see stream chat, so hang in there. We're about to watch one of the most exciting matches of the day, RVB versus the Initiative.
All right, this should be a great match. We have quite a bit of blasters on the field here. Red versus Blue, who are sponsored by Summer Blink here, have actually opted for a triple Hyperion setup with a Damnation, Oneros. Let's see, they have a little bit of Ewar with a Carries, and then a few tackle frigates, some Tristans and Cursus, and a Tyrannus.
And as you should be able to see fairly clearly there, the Initiative have put almost their entire team at 0 on the beacon. They just have their Damnation and Oneros up behind the team at around 30, and the RVB team is pretty spread out with the Hyperions down close to the beacon at about 10, and the rest of the team in behind. And we are underway now.
Yeah, this should be interesting. I think the Initiative have the advantage in the support war. They have a lot more DPS than the frigates, but as far as the raw DPS output of the Red vs. Blue comp, I think the triple Hyperion is going to be higher than the Vindicator and Navy Mega. We see already new Trustin and the Red vs. Blue team is scrammed, wed, tracking disrupted, being remote repped. He's taking quite a bit of damage, and meanwhile the Vindicator from Morven is neuted, web, scrammed, target painted, and going down fairly quickly, actually. The remote reps are not on him as of yet. There are damps on the Oneros, making me think maybe he can't get a lock.
RVB crushing for now, despite those tracking disruptors. Vindy hanging in there about half armor, still not going down. As usual, there's a support fight happening separate from the main brawl. You see that in Cursus for RVB about to go down, and that's first blood right there.
Absolutely. We see some ECM effects on the frigates. I'm guessing ECM drones coming from maybe the Tristans and Cursus. Vindicator is now holding on. The Oneros of Garfos Trectis has actually gotten reps on now, and he is holding. But meanwhile, New Trustin is also holding between the Oneros and his own local reps. So right now it's a bit of a stalemate in the battleship war, and looks like an Enyo now taking damage on the Initiative side, so maybe they're trying to test the tank of the Initiative's remote reps. But meanwhile, Arjar Amar is also getting blown up fairly hard. Carrie's taking a little damage as well, so is a Tyrannus, so we might see one of the frigates of Red vs. Blue now also go down.
Yeah, they're struggling, and I wonder if they're going to have to make a switch to logistics. I know there's been a scram on the Initiative and Oneros for quite a while. I think they could switch to that if they wanted to, RVB, but it looks like for now they're still hanging in there shooting at that Vindicator.
Absolutely. They have webs and a target painter. Web and a target painter combined is a really strong combination to throw in a logistics. It improves your damage output on them very, very much. So with triple blaster, maybe it's a case of not being able to get into range, but if they can get a Neros off the field, they might be able to start turning that support war around. Meanwhile, we have the Tyrannus for Sileth is scrammed, and he's going down fairly quickly. The Oneros is not able to keep up. And New Trustin's Hyperion is he's dipping pretty low into armor, bringing it back, but
wow,
he's taking
switch to the Navy
damage.
Mega for RVB, and he went to like half armor right away. Still no reps on him either. That Oneros for the Initiative is damped. And for now, that Navy Mega still not getting any reps at all. The Hyperion for RVB on the other side doing just fine, tanking no problem. Navy Mega now in red armor.
Yeah, that Carries is really causing havoc for the Initiative team. I think he's just damp dumping on the Oneros, and here comes the reps. But right now, that may be the case. They may need to damp the Oneros down to bring him into range in order for them to be able to apply their damage, and that may be what they're doing. But that Navy Mega is in really low armor. He's going to bleed structure here shortly if they don't get something on him pretty quickly. The Tyrannus for Sileth is still scrammed and into structure. He's in deep trouble, but I don't think that's going to make a huge difference. It'd be less ships on the field for Initiative to focus on, but he's still clinging to life.
Yeah, he's about to go down. He's actually, that Tyrannus is the one that's had the scram on the Initiative Oneros for the whole fight. So that's actually an important kill for them. I think there's another RVB support ship on that Oneros as well. I'm going to check really quick. Earlier, it was just that Tyrannus.
So that Oneros is pretty far off the
Tyrannus
fight.
did go down. At the same time, they haven't been able to break this Initiative Navy Mega. He still has reps on him from the Oneros. And now the RVB Oneros is web tackled and starting to take damage.
Yeah, that could spell trouble. The really important thing for the support war right here is that Carries of Kaderves is at 3 clicks a second. He is burning around like a madman. The only thing I see on the Initiative team that's remotely close is a 2,700 meter a second Ishkur. So I'm not sure if they're actually be able to run that down or not. Navy Mega is dipping back into low armor here. They're damps on the Oneros still, so maybe they've succeeded in damping him out again. He's about to bleed into structure. Meanwhile, the Initiative, the Red vs. Blue team is doing all right. One of their Incursus taking a little bit of damage. Here we go. No armor for the Navy Mega. Sliver coming back, bleeding into structure. Could we see him go down here?
It's still close, and the Oneros does have reps active on him. I'm looking at him. He burned out for a while. He may have been out of range for a bit, but the reps definitely active. They're just burning right through them, though. Even with reps active, he's taking structure damage on each volley. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go. The Oneros
Boom.
could not get it on him. The Navy Mega is down. Huge advantage for Red versus Blue now. They have 3 Hyperions against really only a Vindicator as far as damage output. He's not going anywhere. He is webbed and scrammed. He will not escape, and he is taking heavy damage now. It's just a matter of time, I think, before they blast through the rest of this team.
Looks like they're working on an Enyo. He's in half armor, but yes, those Hyperions now turned on that Vindicator. And that is, like you said, a huge turn, huge advantage for RVB. 3 Hyperions versus really just 1 battleship at this point in the main core part of this fight.
Yeah, I said yesterday I really don't like Hyperions in the tournament format. I think this case it was an exception. It was a fairly low DPS team for the initiative. It sounds like a lot of DPS with a Vindicator and a Navy Mega, but ultimately really wasn't enough to break the Hyperion plus Oneros tank, and it was really just a lot of support ships after that for the initiative. So unless they got through that Oneros pretty quickly, there wasn't much hope for them, I don't think. Their Oneros is scrubbed and whammed, a last-ditch effort to bring him down, but he seems to be tanking fairly well.
You said scrubbed and whammed.
Scrubbed.
It's kind of awesome. Guys, sorry about the echo again. Yeah, they fixed it. Congratulations, us, on being able to do sound. So sorry about that. I'm glad that it's not the same anymore. This match is awesome, though. RVB ahead right now, 19-9, and looking pretty comfortable. Ever since that Navy Mega went down, they don't look like they're under any major pressure, although now the Oneros for RVB starting to take more significant damage. So maybe they just took some time to switch over to that, realizing they really have to get that logistics down to have a chance at killing anything else.
That could be, yeah, and he is also webbed, scrammed. The whole lot is on him. That said, I don't see how a single Vindicator is going to plow through 3 Hyperions. They weren't able to break the Hyperions before with a Navy Mega. Granted, there was Oneros reps on them, but I really feel like the triple hype combo should be able to break through that Vindicator.
And they are going to take the RVB Oneros down, so that's a huge kill. It looks like he's going to go. Yes, there he goes. And I don't know if it was completely clear based on what you guys are seeing there on the stream, but that was entirely support wing for the initiative. That giant ball of Enyos and Ishkers is really all that did that. The Damnation was there as well, but it has nothing to do with the Vindicator. So that's kind of the value in bringing that highly mobile support group.
Absolutely,
and now they're going to town on the rest of the Frig support for red versus blue. So this is going to end up in an interesting spot where it's 3 unsupported Hyperions versus all these Frigs.
I'm trying to see where that carries is off the fight. He has slowed down, but he's still got Damsel on that Oneros. It makes me think that he is safe maybe on the other side of the field. But yeah, those Ishkers and Enyos Vengeance are really not to be underestimated. They put out an awful lot of DPS. They're very tough ships, and they're doing their job very effectively right now. As we see the last support
without Logi, that Hyperion is hurting.
Actually, he is. That Vindicator's
Initiative
doing
turning
a really
this
good
one
job.
around. Holy crap.
Man, I really thought RVB had a huge advantage. Look at the triple tracking disruptor on the RVB Hyperions. That even is still significant enough potentially to cause problems against that Vindicator. And I can't tell, are they orbiting that Vindicator?
2 Hyperions now on top of the Initiative Oneros. They have webs and newts on the Initiative Oneros, so those 2 Hyperions are now working on him, and that RVB Hyperion was actually able to rep back. It looks like there's some local reps going on for them.
They may have managed to web the Vindicator off. You see the Vindicator's got a web on him, and only one of the hypes does. I guess he maybe only has 1 web fit on that Vindicator. The Oneros is really struggling right now. It seems like the RVB guys are slowing down to maximize their tracking on the Oneros, and we'll see if they can actually plow through him. He's in low armor. He's probably only got a local AAR to tank with here, maybe.
But he's not an easy kill for the Hyperions. Not amazing tracking. They have to rely on their own tackle now because they don't have any support except for the Damnation. But it looks like eventually they're going to get him down. That's actually not enough points to put them back in the lead. And they're about to lose a Hyperion, so now it's a race. Like, they have to get this Oneros down fast and then get another big kill on the board in the next 2.5 minutes because they have to make enough points back to compensate for that Vindicator loss. I mean, the Hyperion loss that they're about to sustain. There goes that Hyperion.
That's a big trouble right there.
Initiative way in the lead right now, and the Oneros still isn't dropping.
I mean, basically to me at this point, if I'm Initiative, the Vindicator you're going to lose possibly to these 2 Hyperions, but it's not enough points to put red versus blue back in the lead. Do you just kite your frigates out and run around the rest of the match? There's only 2 minutes left. You can probably keep them all safe, and that's the bulk of the points.
Why isn't the Oneros dead?
That's
Oneros should have died a full minute ago, and they would have been in good shape. But they just cannot kill him.
Yeah, the Oneros is moving at 100.
Tracking disruptors just doing a real number on these Hyperions. Like,
even though the Oneros is webbed down, he's still moving, which is
the
support.
The support fleet has webbed the 2 Hyperions, and it's not far. It's like maybe 5-10K from the Oneros. But between all the tracking disruptors, it's enough to keep them from being able to do hardly any damage by the looks of it. And I don't even know if they're going to be able to kill the Oneros by the end of this match.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look good for him. The first Hyperion now is of Jan Kuhn. I'm not even going to pronounce the rest of that. Is into armor. He is not keeping up with the damage from that Vindicator. Do we have the assault frigates also, I'm guessing, on him by now?
Oneros actually moving at 250 meters a second. That's really fast. He's like getting
the web is off of him. He's broken the web, and he's gone.
He's been past 5 or 6K for the last minute probably, and during that time, like with the tracking disruption, they just couldn't even hit him.
He's MWD fit. He's up to 1300 right now, which means that red versus blue, as soon as their scrams were off the field, he was able to still burn at a much higher speed than he would have under webs with an AB. He's still in newt range of somebody. So
Yeah, probably still one cycle of the Newts on the hype. One of the hypes just got cut loose and is moving fast to chase after him, so maybe they'll get the web back, but
yeah, we'll see.
I
He's
don't. RVB
800
can't
meters
do
second.
anything now. Like, they're too many points behind. Even if they get the Onero's kill, what are they going to do? They have a whole Vindicator to get through.
30 seconds to get through it.
Points.
Yeah,
There's just no way.
And even the Vindicator
Wow.
wouldn't be enough, I don't think. But yeah, no, it was an excellent fight. I really thought RVB had the advantage here when that Navy Mega went down because there wasn't as much DPS left on the field, or so it seemed, the initiative. But those tracking disruptors really just playing havoc with the hype. That has always been a struggle with the hype here. And as you said before, the tracking, it doesn't get a tracking bonus like the Megathron, and it really struggles against tracking disruption.
I mean, it shined at the start of the fight. They almost had enough damage to burn through the initiative team regardless of the logistics, and that's
the
great.
Onero's
Like, it's
in
so good
structure.
against the battleships.
He's taking damage from somewhere.
Yeah, but 3 seconds now.
Well, it was
What a
an
match.
excellent match.
Really, really close fight. Amazing stuff by both teams, and that'll do it for that. Great way to start the day. We'll be back in a few minutes with Agony Empire and PL.